Okay, yo, I just had the sickest idea. Like, pimp it. Hear me out real quick. Hear me out.
Okay, you see this boat right here?
What if I bought this boat or rented this boat and use it as my YouTube studio? Pimp, tell me that wouldn't be gangster. Come on, come on. That is the one thing about coffee. Well, really two things. First one being, it makes your teeth yellow. And then the second thing is like, it's like hit or miss. Yeah, because this coffee, it's not that good. So I had a friend the other day ask me like, man, you're doing pretty well and your channel's doing really well too. Why don't you quit your job and like do the channel full time, right? And you know, I'm like, oh, you know what? I just wasted €3. Nah, no, I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm a thug. Like, €3 ain't nothing. But yeah, I legit had this friend like tell me like, dude, bro, sky money. You should quit and do YouTube full time, pimp. You on your way. You the man on the moon. You're the thug version of Casey Neistat. You're the Drake of YouTube, pimp. And then it got me thinking like, I am the Drake of YouTube. I am the thug version of Casey Neistat. So even though it got in my head just a little bit, your boy Sky Money is a boss. And yes, that time is coming, but hold up, pimping is just not here yet. And I will tell you why in a minute. Yep, it would start raining right as I'm about to give you guys, like right as I'm about to drop the drip on you guys, it would start raining. Now, low-key, high-key, I can 100% say I am definitely team go quit your job under the right circumstances. And I've been team go quit your job for like a long time under the right circumstances. I mean, it may not be for everybody. Some people just need to work for somebody else, and that's cool, pimping. That's cool, no tea, no shade. Like for real, I ain't a hater, and my hood'll never let me be a hater. So nothing against you working for somebody else. Yes, I am team quit your job. But there are some things that I would like to take care of first. Because for real, no matter what you're seeing online or the gram, like you know how people like to flex on the gram. No matter what you're seeing, everybody is different. Everyone has different situations, different circumstances. It's just not that simple. And now pimping, just take a look at me, for example. Your boy Sky Money is a hustler. I've always been one and I'm always gonna be one. And if you didn't know that, where you at pimping? Hit that subscribe button. But no, for real, if you have watched this channel for a while, you'll know that I do have a full-time job. I also have 2 YouTube channels that I upload regularly to. I also get a decent amount of passive income from my high interest savings account, as well as my stock footage. And I am currently working on my digital product. Pimpin', finally about to push the digital product. So that's coming. So why on earth do I have a full-time job still? Glad you asked, pimpin'. But before I get into that, remember the first tip, don't compare yourself to anybody else because everyone is different. You, your boy Sky Money, the lady down the street, everyone is different and has different circumstances. So don't quit just because everybody else. Because remember, pimp, you are a boss. And now again, although I am on team quit your job, I'm not quite ready to do that yet just because the goal I have for my plan isn't quite there yet. And I need my business goals to be at a certain point. I mean, I'm a provider and I don't have anybody that I can just lean on for money. And no matter how much I kind of want to put that aside and not think about it, at the end of the day, everything costs money. Like you can't do nothing without money. But I can learn about money, start my business, get the hustle going, think with the end in mind, and put in the work. Because again, I got a family feed, I got bills to pay, just like everybody else, I have expenses. So yeah, I do have a job, but I'm actually using my job to kind of help me fund my business and help me provide a living for my family. Because although randomly just up and quitting and just focusing on my business full time sounds amazing, but pimping, again, what I said, I think with the end in mind. And one of the things that I really want to do is I want to own a home. And to be real, it'll be a lot cheaper and it'll be much better for my family. As well as long term, it'll be better for my business, which in turns is better for your boy Sky Money's success. But if I did just up and quit my job without thinking about this, without thinking about the end in mind, it would be a lot harder to get that home, which would then put a little bit more stress on my family as well as myself. And then all of that added stress gets put on to my business. So the next thing that you want to consider when quitting your job is to definitely have a plan and think with the end in mind. And again, Pippin, this is different for everyone because not everyone has a family. Not everyone is the sole proprietor. Like, if I could just live at home with my mom and work on my business, I would do that in a heartbeat. And y'all think I'm joking, but I'm not. I would really do it like quick. And now hear me out, pimp. I am not saying quit your job and mooch off your family. You gotta have something going for yourself. Think with the end in mind. And pimpin', I promise, you won't be drinking smart water, making dumb decisions. You won't be that guy. And now this one is huge because I had to step back and like check myself about this, but I have to remember to have realistic expectations. And one of the ways I do this is by having goals and then asking myself, am I, your boy Sky Money, am I willing to meet the demand of these goals? And now I believe everyone who's trying to quit their job, I believe, pimp, that everyone, especially if you're thinking about quitting your job, everybody should ask themselves this question. Am I willing to meet the demands of these goals? The bigger your goals are, the bigger your dreams are, the demand is high. If I want my business to be successful, I need to be willing to put in the demand. I need to be willing to get up, go out and shoot when I don't feel like it, stay up late to take notes and write ideas, stay up late to edit my videos. Your boy Sky Money has to be willing to make the sacrifices that my goals require. And now lucky for me, I'm a thug. I'm from the trenches. I learned earlier on that ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. I need to do what I gotta do to get where I need to get. I can have all the best intentions and ideas in the world, but it don't mean nothing if I don't have the will to act. So yes, Pippin, this is a big deal. If you are planning on quitting your job, make sure that you have realistic expectations and you are willing to meet the demand for your success. And Pippin, if you are, you need to go ahead, close your eyes, try to feel how it's gonna feel when you reach that success, and then go ham. No excuses. Odds are, if you plan on quitting your job, or if you like thinking about quitting your job to do your own thing, you have big goals. So best way to do it is ask yourself, are you willing to meet those demands, and go ham. Don't even talk about it. Just do the work. Be about action. Don't be that guy sitting on the sidelines just reacting to everything around you. No, be proactive and go get it. Like pimp it. You a boss. So be the boss. Be the boss. Don't be making excuses. Don't be waiting for handouts. Be the boss. And look at your job as a short-term solution, as a way to help you pay off your expenses, as well as anything for your side hustle. Pimpin', you got this. So I have this friend, a friend like we are close, like we like this. Like I've known, like for real, I've known this guy since like forever. Asian dude. I mean, y'all know how I be kicking it with my Asians. But anyway, Pimpin', he finally had enough working for somebody else, wanted to open his own business, and like he did. And he hates it. See, he made a terrible mistake by starting a business in something that he absolutely hates, which is a nail salon. And his reason for doing it is simply, it was just easy to get into. He wanted to do something like completely different, like working with cars or something like that, but decided to do something because it was easy, to open a nail salon, which he's hated his whole life. Like Pimpin', I ain't that guy. I will not be that guy. When you're about to quit your job and open up another business, pimp. Focus on something that you would do for free. It doesn't have to be like a full-on passion, which we'll talk about in another video on how to find your passion and all that. But anyway, it doesn't even have to be like a full-on hardcore, something that you're passionate about. I mean, that helps, but it doesn't even have to be that. Just literally ask yourself, would you do this long-term if you made no money? Because everything has its ups and downs. Even when it comes to things that you love, it has certain parts that you may hate. But would you do it for free? For example, for me, I remember working at a movie theater. I would not do that job for free. So pimp, I will never, ever open a movie theater. So remember, be smart about it and start a business in something that you would do for free, long term. Like you gotta remember, like for real, something that you would do for free. We didn't choose thug life. Thug life chose us. So yeah, it's only like 4 o'clock and yeah, it's getting dark. So we are back in my living room because I'm a thug. My last thing that I would have to say for quitting my job and like running a successful business has to be learning how to work smarter and not harder. I am learning that there are just better ways of doing things. I mean, think about it like this. If the hardest workers made the most money, who would be like the wealthiest people in the world? We all know it's not teachers, it's not doctors, it's not the people who did the mining. I mean, they work the hardest. It's not people who scoop up poop. None of these people ain't at the top. So it's not about how hard you work. It's about working smarter. Because again, I've had a job for so long and I've noticed that the people at the top do the least amount of work. Now having a business like YouTube and all this other stuff that I'm working on, I'm legit wearing like 20 different hats. But I'm looking to kind of minimize that to maybe 3 or 4. That way I could focus on really building the business as a whole. And I kind of feel like I can't really do it like wholeheartedly if I'm like dividing up all of this time between multiple different hats. And one of the biggest pros about owning your own business is you do have more control over your time. Pimping, I don't care what nobody tells you. Your time is the most valuable thing like in the world, pimp, because you can't get that back. But anyway, pimp, I'm getting off topic. The main tip though is work smarter and not harder. You can go a lot further, a lot faster if you work just a little bit smarter. And I'm like legit finally starting to realize all this. So work smarter and not harder. And pimpin', if you remember all of those things that we just talked about, you will be good. You will be Gucci. You could be the one. You could be Neo. But not the Neo from New Matrix. I heard that one sucked. But you know what I mean. And now if I'm being real, if I'm keeping it like 100p, there are a lot of other things to consider when quitting your job, such as finding more ways to generate income and passive income so your profit and assets could pay for your liabilities and expenses. Because again, don't get it twisted, everybody has expenses. But I kind of feel like those tips that I mentioned earlier are like the most important, at least for me. Because yeah, to be real, it is coming. I don't know when. As soon as we get our house, all bets are off. Not only am I going hard in the paint, I'm going straight ninja boss. And you can do it too. You got this, pimp. You got this.
1, 2.
All right, now just in case I wasn't like clear, cause I know how I get sometimes, I can't quit until I get a house. The way it works here, if you are self-employed or freelance, it is much harder to get a house than if you had like a contract showing steady income. I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. Ain't no use of complaining about it. You just gotta roll with the punches, pimp. Roll with the bob and weave, pimp. Bob and weave. Hence why, as soon as we get our home, all bets are off. Man, pimp, man, like I'm telling you, don't be looking confused when I pull up on my coffee boat studio, making YouTube videos. Tell me that's not boss. I keep going back and forth on my planning with this whole boat thing, and it's totally doable. Like pimping, pimp, it's doable.